Hello and welcome. This is
Dude, get in.
my name is Pig,
My name is Paralurks.
and Pear, for this month I had you reading a book.
Yes, listening to one even
Yeah,
through Audible because it was more convenient.
yeah. So I had to read the first book in the first series of Warriors called Into the Wild. Now this was the first time I had read it via I guess not read. This is the first time I went through an audiobook. And Pear,
Oh, your
you're
first audiobook ever of any
yeah,
sort.
yes.
Oh, interesting.
Now, Perry, you're more experienced with audiobooks. You've listened to a handful, to a bunch.
A handful. I've listened to like maybe like 50 or 60 books.
Oh my god! But
Dude, oh.
this is a really interesting like way to experience this story. Having
Uh
someone else read it into my ears. Now, and the person who performed it was McLeod Andrews, who I think does a really good job.
that McLeod is his first name?
Yeah,
That's sick. Man, that guy's cool. We should have him on the podcast.
yeah. Like, what do you think of his performance?
It wasn't bad.
See, with McLeod Andrews performing this book, uh, he does a pretty good job doing voicing all the characters.
Yeah. Uh that's a like if you listen to repeatedly to like series of the same franchise or the same authors again, they will often reuse the same voices for like continually for a book series or something.
Hmm.
Like I listen to a lot of Warhammer books, so I hear a lot of the same narrators, and they do tend to like have a nice range of like doing this kind of voice for a hero, this kind of voice for like a young protagonist type character, this kind of voice for a lady, this kind of voice for an old man. Like they have a repertoire, and they get pretty good over time at using them, and you can tell that they get pretty well practiced at it. So good on him. He quality narrator.
So, a bit about my history with this series. I first read this series back in middle school. I think it was straight starting at sixth grade, and all 3 years reading these books.
Hmm.
Uh,
Sixth grade. So that's like what, 11 years old, starting out.
yeah, I believe so. It's from like 11 to like 14, around
Right.
that time frame.
Give or take.
Yeah, it's like for like for basically this was my Harry Potter, as an equivalent.
Did you not read the Harry Potter books?
No, I did not. Those
Hmm.
were much larger books with a lot more words in them.
Oh, okay.
Especially like the sixth
Yeah.
book. That's a massive book.
Oh yeah, that was the one of the biggest ones, and I remember enjoying it at the time. But it's a series I'll never go back to. It's tainted by one, the logical inconsistencies, but two, just like I've spent too much time shitting on it. I can't,
Hmm.
I can't enjoy it without irony now.
Yeah, I have a more I have a different relationship with these books. It's definitely more like endearing relationship I have with these books.
Yeah, I can tell that there's a nostalgia fuel for this recommendation, and that's part of why this series will live in your heart forever.
Yeah.
Uh, Reading this as a 30-year-old man is not quite the same experience as an 11-year-old boy.
No, I don't imagine it is.
Not that it's a bad book or anything. It is fine for what it is, but I've seen enough of this type of story to where like it's not blowing me away, but I recognize what it does, and it does it pretty well.
Now, do speaking of this book doing things, let's go just
Damn, what a segue.
let's
Fucking nailed it.
go a bit through this book's story.
Yeah,
So okay,
let's.
so well, first, but let me set the stage for this series. So,
Oh, please.
Warriors is about a bunch of cats that live in the woods just outside your neighborhood.
Hmm.
They
You,
they
the
they,
reader's neighborhood.
they live in this really like neat structure of basically like tribes.
Yeah, it's more like the forests outside a suburb, but split with some natural borderlines between like four tribes.
There is a
And
group of
editing pig,
cats.
throw up the map.
Yeah, I'll put up the map right here. There's a group of cats that live in the woods. A group of cats that live on the other side of a river. Some group of cats that live in like the I guess like the highlands, where it's more like just grassy area instead of without any
Mhm.
trees. A group of cats that live on the other side of a freeway.
Yeah, the Thunder Path.
Yeah,
Where
that's the thing that we're going to later. These cats, you're viewing the world through the eyes of these cats. You're viewing the freeway. They refer to a freeway as a thunder path. They refer to cars as monsters. They refer to people as two legs.
I like the vet being the cutter.
Yeah, the vet is referred to as a cutter. Because from their perspective, that's all of that a vet does. Oh, it cuts your balls off. That's all it does.
That's his job.
So, these cats are living in the woods, living in groups, where like there is a structure of a leader, a secondary leader, all the adult cats, all the young cats that are being trained by the adult cats, as well as female cats who have kittens, elderly cats, and one cat in the group that's like referred to as their medicine cat, the equivalent of like their shaman, their witch doctor type deal,
And they're Rafiki.
their Rafiki. It's
Like, you know exactly what I mean when I say it. It's not a bad term.
yeah, I know what you mean. And it's all this like stage. Actually, a friend of ours who kind of she's not familiar with the books, but she's like she knows about them. She referred to them as a cat Game of Thrones, and much later on, it does kind of feel like that from one of my memories of the later books.
You'll have to get deeper into the series and reevaluate. Be like, is this the Game of Thrones of cats?
Like I've always compared it to Harry Potter because there's like the four groups equivalent to like the four houses of Hogwarts, and you got
Yeah, Kitty Potter.
Kitty Potter. You got your group of protagonists that are from always from like if this like equivalent group. The
Yeah.
Thunder Clan is very like equivalent to Gryffindor. So, and I've always made that Harry Potter comparison, but both in terms of like kind of the structure and like its role in like book
Uh,
world.
I kind of enjoy that comparison because this also implies that the cat Slytherin exists, which it does. But instead of it being just like the super like privileged and also slightly inbred kids, it's the ones who just want you to think they're the coolest, but they're the biggest posers.
Oh yeah, that's a whole plot point in this book.
Yeah.
So
But I think you nailed the basic premise of it, more or less.
yeah, so
Just the life of these tribes of cats.
now the book drops us in on the middle of a turf war between the Thunder Clan and River Clan. We're introduced to a couple of characters, one of
Mhm.
which is very important to this story and the overall story of the whole series, being Tiger Claw. He is this older, muscular cat, very broad face, very battle scarred cat.
He's been around.
He's been around. Now we end the turf war with our Thunder Clan cats retreating, but it didn't really end well for them. We cut to another cat named Blue Star, who is the leader of Thunder Clan. You know,
Right.
things are pretty bad in Thunder Clan. They just lost a turf war. They're very like hope for the future is very down.
We uh we could use a quick bolster in our numbers. If only there were some some other cats around at ripe old, getting ready to train age.
If only there's like a cat that could like fulfill some kind of prophecy specifically.
Hey, medicine cat, you got any prophecies for me, real quick? As a matter of fact, I do.
We get a prophecy that is fire will save our clan, which isn't very clear at first, but it makes it
becomes a lot more clear when you literally name the cat Firepaw.
Yeah. We meet a house cat named Rusty. Now he is an orange cat. You might even describe his fur as fire colored.
You might even.
So
he's a rambunctious little dude.
Yeah. He's a house cat, but he very clearly wants more from life.
He wants to hunt. He dreams of squirrels and mice.
So
like actively, he wakes up in the middle of dreaming that stuff. Like, man, I want to get out there, and then he does it.
Yeah,
causes a chance encounter.
Against better judgment, he goes out into the woods and meets a similar age cat named Graypaw.
Mm-hmm.
Now they get into a tussle. We get some exposition from Graypaw, who good job on him. He delivers exposition really well throughout this whole book.
Yeah, it's our protagonist is very fish out of water, so naturally you have like a mentor or close friend character explain the setting to your protagonist.
This is
they do a pretty good job because they have this like very built in like, okay, here's the close friend, and then there's mentors as well, so you get plenty of organic exposition character moments.
It never feels like they hit you with a shovel. It like you said, it's very organic. We meet a couple other cats. We meet Blue Star again, and we meet some other cat named Lionheart. Now, I am naming all these characters because they are important to this story. Now, this scene is actually a bit odd because he's learning.
What makes it so odd, Pig?
Well, Blue Star, the leader, kind of just asks him, "Hey, do you want to join us?"
It's pretty direct. Like, she compliments that, like, you know, you got potential and all that. But the other two homies, they're like, okay, but you know, rules are rules. We are required by our warrior code to run your ass out of our turf. So, you know, get ready to move out. Until Blue Star's like, actually, nah, you got some stuff, and we could use some numbers. You want in?
Well, what I find so odd is that she seems really like eager to like bring him in, and she even says like, "Hey, I've been watching you. You seem pretty cool." Like if
you look okay, get in.
Like it seems very odd that she's so like oddly forward with wanting to bring him in. And I think that's like punctuated more in the later books. We're like, okay, this prophecy, fire will save the clan. Well, there's that guy, there's that cat there. I should probably bring him in. He might be important.
Yeah.
So I get this feeling that okay, she's kind of desperate, and she needs this guy to come in.
We need him. We need to get this guy in here.
So the following day, our little kitty cat Rusty comes back to the woods. He's escorted into the camp by Lionheart and another cat named Whitestorm, who is more of a minor character, but does pop up in the story here and there, and is always a constant figure in the story, despite not being a major player. He gets introduced.
There's several characters that are just kind of like mentioned offhand here and there, just to establish that, like, you know, he's getting to know all the homies around here, even if they're not important.
They're not really important to the story, but they do play a role. Like there's full small handful of cats that really don't like Rusty at all. For one, there's like this whole thing of because he was a
He's a
house
kitty
cat.
pet.
Yes, he is a house cat, which they have a specialized slur for.
Kitty pet. Like, it doesn't quite feel like a slur, but they sure treat it like that, and he definitely reacts to being called it as if they just they just rocked the N-word at him.
Yeah, one of the first things that he has to get through is this one cat just calling him a kitty pet, criticizing him for it, and that is a consistent through line throughout the whole story. He's got to like deal with that.
Yeah, he's a bit of insecurity growing up with this unwanted title. Which the first reaction was be nervous, but then the guy keeps going. So the second reaction is to jump his ass,
Yeah,
which shut most of the crowd up.
he loses his collar in the fight. Blue Star comes in. All right, he lost his collar. Star Clan approves, which I haven't mentioned Star Clan yet. Yeah, these cats have a religion. Well,
Yeah, they have a spirituality. It's very like cat tribes are like a rough equivalent of like the author's basic understanding of old Native American tribes, or something roughly equivalent.
mm-hmm. I'll talk more about that as we when it comes up later in the story. But
Mhm.
this cat is now approved to join the clan. He's given a new name, being Firepaw. Fire will save the clan.
Do you get it? Yes, Book. Yes, I do. I think our protagonist is going to be a hero, and he's going to save the day.
So we go a few chapters of Firepaw and friends training. His friends, as mentioned earlier, is Firepaw. I mean Greypaw. I'm already mixing up the names. I'm the one who knows these books.
Yeah, but this is why we need the diagram.
Training with Greypaw and another cat named Ravenpaw. Early on, we learned that another cat who was the deputy directly under Firestar, the leader, uh, Blue Star, the leader. God, this is gonna be tough.
Oh my god.
We learned that a cat named Redtail has died in a battle.
His corpse is dragged back by ya boy, you know him, you love him, Tiger Claw. He drags back the body after Ravenpaw like beat them both there and immediately passed out from injuries. And he proclaims one of the baddest warriors in the whole forest showed up to fight. It was Oakheart, and he claimed our friend's life, but I got revenge. Don't worry,
And
I got him.
That is the story we're told. Tiger Claw, he's such a cool guy. He has so much honor.
Oh man,
he's so cool and strong.
He's so strong. His dick is so big, you guys.
I hope to earn his respect.
Yeah.
He doesn't much like kitty pets, so I'll have to work really hard to earn his respect.
So hard, man.
And we don't get much more from that up until like halfway through the story. So we got the
it's all about him integrating like our protagonist Firepaw, integrating into the life and learning how to hunt and the warrior code and all that. A bit of a time skip to where he's become more accomplished, but he's still an apprentice, and he's still like, oh, it's only my first time hunting for the clan on my own. I better not fuck it up.
Yeah,
things like that.
He is sent on an assessment to hunt on his own, bring food to the clan before he eats. That is a hard role. You must bring food to others before you eat yourself. Now, he encounters
very like collectivist.
He encounters another cat, an intruder in ThunderClan territory. Now this other cat is mangy, elderly, cranky, really hungry.
Smelly, bitchy, just fucking.
You know, this cat is not in a good way. They're like half dead already. We had this like really violent fight with this cat.
Yeah, I look. One thing that I do enjoy about Firepaw's fights is that he is not the strongest. But he has one consistent bullshit move that he pulls every time, and it always works on everyone. It is always, oh fuck, they got the better of me. I'll just go limp for a second. I got you. And that's it. That's the whole thing. He just baits them with the one maneuver, and it always works.
I think he actually uses it in like every like major fight.
Every major fight, he used it. It made me laugh.
So yeah, the scuffle ends. He takes a better look at this cat. Oh, she's mangy and old. I kind of feel bad for her.
Yeah, it refuses to finish her. She's literally saying, "Okay, do it then," and he's getting all nervous. No, I don't wanna. You're too weak to stop me now. It's, you know what? I feel for you. Let me go get you some food.
Yeah,
And so he does.
he takes pity on her, which is not something that all the other like clan born cats would ever do.
Yeah,
Any other cat just beat her up, run her off.
but Pig, this fiery cat is so focused on saving things and people. Hmm.
His naivete and kindness and different outlook.
Could be just what we need here, Pig.
He might just be the one.
he might he might be Neo.
So yeah,
That would be a good twist.
he helps out this cat whose name is Yellowfang.
A rogue cat from the Shadow Clan.
She is a
Uh,
she is formerly the medicine cat of Shadow Clan, which is odd. Why would the medicine cat be a loner? Well, what's going on?
yeah, she refuses to say because, well, what I get initially lack of trust, and then later she continues to not say because we kind of need that to be a reveal later, so she just won't.
Well,
But trust me, it's interesting.
she does not reveal it even later because I think she still has loyalty to Shadow Clan. So, and
Yeah,
she
for the
does.
most part, it's not until we have to like go and get him at the end where she's like, "Look, here's the deal."
Mm-hmm. So Firepaw has broken the code by not only feeding Yellowfang but also eating himself before feeding the rest of the clan. And
And then like eight other cats all just show up right then and be like, "Huh, what's going on here? That sure looks like some eating going on. What the fuck, man?"
we go back to camp. Yellowfang is now a prisoner. A couple things happen here. One, it is revealed that one of the clans, called the Wind Clan, is missing.
Mm-hmm. And Shadow Clan has been pissing all over their trees, marking their territory.
We don't know exactly what happened. There's fur everywhere. There's blood. There's clearly a fight. No bodies. We can only
Not a one.
We can only assume Wind Clan has been driven out.
No graves, not a single grave. Sorry,
Uh,
I was watching a Cumtown bit earlier. Don't mind me.
Wind Clan's gone. We don't know what happened.
They're gone. They're out of here.
Firepaw, you've been training under Tiger Claw and Lionheart this whole time. You need your own mentor. I, Blue Star, will be your mentor. But don't worry, you're being punished too. You're gonna take care of Yellowfang. Clean her, feed her, bury her shit.
Yeah, you get to take care of her poop. But this is
that is the first like major event of this story. Once we're done with the training arc, it's time for story.
Yeah, training arc is more of you don't get to really be in the training arc very much, but the book is only so long, so winds up not being a big deal because he just kind of time skip until he's already like fairly accomplished and just needs to refine himself before becoming a proper warrior.
Mm-hmm.
but uh, I'm fine with the time skip because it lets us get right into bigger plot things. Because him being forced to spend like multiple days as the person most interacting with Yellowfang leads to one of my a personal like favorite kind of character archetype, which is like cranky bitchy grandma character who you can tell really does care deep down, but she's gonna give you shit. I enjoy
She's
that type of character, and that is like Yellowfang to a T.
she is definitely one of my favorite characters in the whole series.
Yeah, she's pretty great.
Mm-hmm. So he's gonna take care of her for a couple days.
At least until she's like fine enough to bury her own shit.
Mm-hmm. So we get
Uh,
another assessment that he's got to do. He's gonna go someplace specific and hunt both all him, Greypaw, and Ravenpaw. Ravenpaw, he's gonna go to a place called Snake Rocks, which we'll talk about that in a bit. Now,
mhm.
Firepaw, he's gonna go hunt back near the Two Leg place, close to where he originally lived. And he has a chance encounter with his friend that he had back when he was a house cat.
Yep, they have a brief little chat, just like the adults did when they found him. He does not violently run this cat out of his territory. He just has a chat, catches up a little bit, and realizes, oh, you got snipped. That's why you're lame now. All right, I feel reaffirmed in that I made the right call. Anyway, you have a good one, buddy.
We regroup. We learn that
Oh, we have
Ravenpaw.
skipped a slight world building thing that's going to be important soon.
Oh, did we?
It, yeah, the four clans, while they are like very territorial and they do have battles whenever they cross territories without permission, they do have every full moon a big meeting at the four trees at the center of our map.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That hasn't happened yet.
Well, one has happened that the characters are made aware of.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're
They
right.
just uh it's just that Firepaw wasn't experienced enough to go that time. But it's a thing that is established early on, and so that you can have it built up in your head a little by the time you're actually able to get one from Firepaw's perspective.
Yeah. Once a month, these rival clans meet together to talk.
Hmm. Yeah, just to hang out, spread any news that needs to be discussed amongst leaders, and let everyone mingle.
Mm-hmm. So we meet back. We regroup. We learn Ravenpaw. He caught a snake.
Fuck yeah, he did.
Now Ravenpaw. I want to get into him a little bit. He is this like kind of a hypochondriac equivalent, like the cat version of that.
He is the imposter syndrome character that a lot of these like middle school to young adult type of things have, where like one character like who's trying to be a insert rank here will totally have the abilities required but won't believe in themselves, but all the other characters like, nah man, when you put your mind to it you got it, and they're like, oh, I don't know, and then they do a cool thing and you're like, yo, look at him doing it. Earlier before this, he catches a raven, and then when people are hyping up, he's like, "Yeah, well, I mean, it was like an old one, or like not that big a one. I don't know. It wasn't that big a deal." And it's like, "Nah, you even got Tiger Claw giving you props, man. You did it." And now he's catching snakes on the snake rocks. Like it's a consistent trend with him that he just doesn't believe in his own hype, and he should.
He is a skinny, wiry little cat, but he's got moves. He's got potential. So we're back home. We learn. Oh hey, there's a meeting gonna happen tonight. Firepaw, you and your friends, you're coming to the meeting.
Yeah. Get fucked snobby bully characters that we established earlier in the story.
Yeah, there's two other apprentice characters that are
Yeah,
the bully characters.
yeah, they're the Flash Thompsons of this story.
And Blue Star brings in Firepaw to question him about like meeting with his kitty pet friend. Like, hey man, are you sure you want to like be out here with us?
Yeah, I got to know that you're really down to clown here, 'cause, let's be real. Which does get Firepaw thinking, why was he sending me to that specific part of the forest and watching me specifically at that specific moment when I would run into my friend?
This Tiger Claw
It's really
guy,
convenient. This Tiger Claw guy, he's keeping an eye on me. And he's not
he
my biggest fan either.
yeah, he doesn't trust me. Oh my god. Man, I gotta work really hard to like get her to like trust me and like respect me.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. Man, good thing he's so cool and tough and loyal.
Oh, he's actively a dick.
Yeah. Uh,
Like man, he's such a dick. I better work real hard to like get him to trust me, earn his respect. I gotta work really hard.
surely
Damn.
he's just like, the mean like drill sergeant stereotype, right? And he like really cares and that's why he's so hard on people. That must be it.
Yeah. Once I look, he complimented Ravenpaw. Once I do a cool thing, I'll earn his respect.
Yeah, we'll be fine in the end. We'll be so cool. We'll be besties even.
We go to the
Let's go
gathering.
see what happens at this meeting. I bet we get along so well and there's nothing suspicious about Tiger Claw.
We go to the gathering, and a lot of things happen at this gathering. Halfway
A
through
lot of setup for future events.
halfway through the story, a lot of things happen.
Mhm.
We learn a little bit more world building. That in the past there were these other clans: Tiger Clan, Lion Clan, Leopard Clan, maybe a fourth one. I don't know.
Who knows? Who could say, really? Surely not you, who is several books ahead of me in this series.
There's all these like lore, there were lions here in the past. What? Which I think the story is set in like in the UK possibly.
I have no idea.
There
There was no indication of exact location. It's just some Western society, a small like suburb town near a freeway, has some woods behind a neighborhood.
they refer to
That's all
animals.
I could tell.
They refer to animals called voles, which I don't believe exist in North America.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That is interesting. I
it's
know that there's like a mining site like in one of the clan territories because I believe it's an abandoned mine where we go later for a plot reason.
either an abandoned mine or like just like a cave diving spot. It's named very
Something
explicitly.
like that. It's like cave divers be like, I gotta find the moonstone.
Uh, we get another perspective of the border fight from Ravenpaw. He's telling these other apprentices from a different clan, and we get a very different interpretation. Redtail is not killed by Oakhart? Question mark.
Yeah, he killed Oakhart first? Huh, but he's still dead. Boy, man, I didn't know cats could sweat. Are you okay, Tiger Claw? Jeez,
Man, you're really eyeballing
looking a
Ravenpaw
little
from over there.
intense.
Is
Look ready to kill a motherfucker.
is Tiger Claw untrustworthy? What's going on?
How dare you imply that? Oh my god. Man, would you look how small those Shadow Clan apprentices are? Jeez.
Yeah, that's weird. They're really small.
Kind of scrawny.
How old are you? 6 months old? Huh.
I don't know about that. You're looking like 3 or 4. Pig. His mom was also small. That's all it is.
Okay. Yeah, he got it from
That's
his
all
mom.
it is.
He's just a small guy. He's short.
Yeah, I mean, look how big look at how big and tough and cool their clan leader is. That Broken Star dude. Man, he's the real deal.
You know that.
He knows what's up.
Yeah, like you know that little guy. He's just 5'11". He's just 5'11". Everyone else 6 feet.
God, Pig. I could dump some lore here.
No, save that for a later podcast.
Yeah, this is gonna be like when the video is posted that Para and Pig are no longer friends. This is when I lore dump on your bullshit. I leak the screenshots.
So, Wind Clan, not at the gathering, nowhere to be seen. The Shadow Clan leader, Broken Star, he comes up. Hey everyone, we drove out Wind Clan. They're gone.
We're so cool. By the way, Your hunting ground? I don't know about your hunting grounds. Our hunting grounds. Right, comrades?
I think you should give us a bit of your hunting grounds. We have a lot of kittens, so we need to feed
So
all of
many.
them. So many.
Our
They're so
our
strong that
numbers are so good and they're all so strong.
they all survived the winter.
Every one of them.
By the way, we drove out a rogue cat who very specifically kills kittens. So, it's a
Yeah.
lady, by the way. It's a lady. She looks mangy.
Yeah, she's basically Cat Hitler. Don't trust anything she says. Like kill her for us or send her back to us if you happen upon her. Don't like converse with her though. That'd be bad.
Oh, and keep your kittens away from her. I want to emphasize, keep your kittens away from her.
Yes, and now you'll know that if kittens go missing, it was definitely her and no one else.
Man, a lot of things happen at this gathering.
A lot of setup for the future events goes down.
I believe this gathering is utilized so well just to set up the entire crux of this book.
Yeah, it's there's so much like plot dumping things going on. Our boy Firepaw is like halfway to a panic attack, and just like the second the meeting is called, he sprints ahead of the rest of his group so that he can go and talk to fucking Yellow Fang or whatever her name is,
Yeah, yeah.
before anyone else. Make sure he's got the story straight.
So we get this really touching moment of like, Firepaw, you believe me. Thanks. And don't worry, Blue Star will be fair to me.
Blue Star's cool. Blue Star's one of the good ones.
We get this really tense moment of okay, they want to kill her. They want to kill her. Everyone, calm down, calm down. Nothing happened. Our kids are safe. I'm gonna judge her fairly.
Yeah.
Don't worry about ShadowClan. We're not
she is guilty of the crime of having a rumor spread about her, and that's it so far.
We're not gonna give ShadowClan our territory. You know what? I'm gonna go to the Moonstone.
RiverClan will though.
Yeah, RiverClan did.
They're bitches.
I'm gonna go to the Moonstone. The Moonstone. Oh wow, this is a big deal.
Huge deal. It's a really shiny rock. It's cool. So, the spirits will tell you what to do.
So Blue Star decides to go to the Moonstone. She's gonna bring along Firepaw and friends, as well as Tiger Claw.
Lionheart, really plot important characters.
Lionheart, he'll hold down the fort.
Yes, he's a reliable guy. I like Lionheart.
Yeah, he plays the mentor role really well. He's very like supportive, very wise.
Well, the biggest shame is that there's not. I would have enjoyed there to be a bit more of him in the book. He's not front and center quite often enough for me.
So we're journeying to this Moonstone. We eat some herbs that are keep our hunger pangs down.
Yeah, except Blue Star, you're not allowed to have a full stomach when you talk to the spirits for some reason.
No, that's very typical. You're empty and clean when you're like wanting to talk to God.
Yeah,
all that type of deal.
Yeah, simple and clean must be the way that you feel tonight. And these clans, it's hard to let them go.
So we go real far. We go past ThunderClan territory, a bit into WindClan territory. We cross the highway a little bit. We go into this cave.
They start the journey in the morning, and it is nighttime when we get there. So for like cats, like hoofing at a consistent pace, it's a pretty good ways.
We go into this cave. Great Paw, Raven Paw, you guys stay outside and guard the cave. Tiger Claw, Firepaw, let's go in. Go into the cave. We find the Moonstone.
Immediately, Tiger Claw is shaken and dips. He cannot handle the spirit presence of the Moonstone.
Now, you said you described it as a quartz rock, right? That would be like the
it is a probably quartz, but some kind of crystal that when moonlight like shines in from like a single notable hole at the top of the cavern, it is refracted through this crystal and lights up the cave. So it is a stone that you know fucking utilizes this moonlight. It is the moonstone, and the cats believe that it allows sleeping near it allows you to better commune with the spirits of StarClan, which is like all the past warriors from all the collective tribes.
Now we are
They will grant
told.
the wisdom, and if you're a clan leader who has recently been appointed, they are the ones who grant you your 9 lives. Only specific cats get the 9 lives thing. It's an important lore.
It's such a unique utilization of like a cat's 9 lives.
I don't even know where that folklore thing about cats came from. I should look that up
Egypt,
sometime, though.
possibly.
It
Who
could have been.
knows?
Who knows?
So, but from our understanding, from our perspective, all this like is real.
Yeah, like because you have to trust as a reader that like any world building that is explicitly given to you like has to be treated as real until it is you're given evidence that it isn't. Like a character questioning it or something like that. If no one's questioning it and it all works as it's explained to you, then this has to be what it is.
And we are
Interestingly enough, Firepaw gets a vision without sleeping anywhere near the Moonstone. He was back home the night before,
the
and he
night
gets
before.
a very important plot vision.
He gets a very important dream of cats running around him, panicked.
Yeah, after he sees a cool light.
He doesn't really fully understand it, but it will be important later.
Yeah,
And from our
not that much later.
not that much later. And
Yeah,
Blue Star finishes with her with communing with the spirits. We gotta go back home now. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
yeah.
We're gonna take a
We
short.
rush back. We meet a non-clan associated cat named Barley. He's cool.
Yeah, he lives at a barn. He lives in a barn. Yeah, we'll take a shortcut through Barley's farm.
Well,
We get our first evidence that that the whole spirituality thing is real. On the way home from Barley's farm, we our group gets attacked by a group of rats.
yeah, initially they're just going to go back the same way they came, but bumping into Barley, he mentions, "Hey, those dogs that you saw earlier, they were tied up then. They're probably not right now because they guard the human's property. You should probably take the long way down by that ditch." Oh no, there's rats in the ditch.
Did Barley set us up? No, Barley comes in, helps us.
Yeah. Tiger Claw still tells him to piss off after they're done fending off the rats, though. But it before like they're able to fend them off, it's pretty brutal. Everyone is fighting between like 3 and 6 rats, so it's really lucky that Barley showed up when he did because not everyone was going to be able to get through that on their own. In fact, when the dust settles, they turn around and see, oh no, Blue Star's not moving. Oh no.
Blue Star dies.
Yeah. But luckily, that's a clan leader, and the spirits granted the 9 lives. So later on, does get back up, still feeling the injuries, but alive nonetheless. States, well, that's 4 lives down. I'm just about halfway through my life count.
Let's get back home. When we arrive,
Surely nothing else can go wrong here.
we arrive home. Shadow Clan is attacking the camp.
Uh, it's pandemonium. There's cats running and screaming everywhere. It is already a big mosh pit, and our heroes jump right in despite their recent rat injuries, and help pull everyone together. Notably, Yellowfang saves some kittens from a big bad cat.
Yeah. I'm glad you pointed that one out. I was about to.
Yeah.
We are specifically shown that Yellowfang is good. She's protecting our kids from the evil Shadow Clan.
Yeah. After the dust settles, Firepaw makes sure everyone knows that she is the one who was directly defending those kittens before he even had a chance to.
But unfortunately, a very
Uh,
important cat dies.
Lionheart, Greypaw's direct mentor, has fallen in battle. We didn't see exactly how, there was a lot going on, but when we all came together after, he wasn't moving.
Now you really
Uh,
liked this death.
yeah, this death, because we didn't get quite enough time with him, but he was likable in every scene that he had. And the way everyone reacted to his death was very strong. It clearly affected everyone very strongly. He was the deputy to Blue Star, second in command. And since we didn't see exactly which cat or what type of strike ended him, like the only focus really, it's not on like pinning blame or getting revenge because we didn't see what happened. It's entirely the emotion of the moment, where Greypaw's the first to go up to him and begin the Cat Clan's tradition of grooming the body of the recently deceased one last time before we lay them to rest. And after he grooms him, he just stays snuggled up to him the entire time. Everyone else goes and grooms around him. They call it sharing tongues. They each take their turn, they try to be respectful, and for like most of that night, Greypaw just does not move. He cared too much, it's too hard to let go, he needs some time. And it was just really strong.
One thing that I really appreciate this whole series for is every death is utilized well and means something.
Yeah, there's a noteworthy amount of deaths in this, but they're spaced out just enough to where it doesn't feel like we're throwing death at you for value. Like some parts of something like Attack on Titan or Game of Thrones might do. It's like, okay, you're killing another one. I get it. It's just infrequent enough to where you still feel it most every time an important character dies, which is nice.
And
Uh,
finally, Tiger Claw is appointed deputy,
yeah.
which is
Well, I mean, he beats up and kills some really strong cats, according to him. So,
yeah,
like, it must be a good thing. He's good.
yeah. He's very strong, very fast. He's respected by everyone, which it is. All of that is true. He is not
He is
like
a capable warrior. He is shown to be in scenes that Firepaw does directly see. But, his biggest, bestest stories are my source, dude, trust me.
it is at this point of the story that we as the reader are not quite sure about Tiger Claw. Ravenpaw, what'd you say? Who
He
killed?
is the most obvious, like, Starscream, I'm just trying to up my status, like, character I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, well, I don't at all remember how I was like feeling about him when I initially read the story. But like, how fast did you like catch on? Like, oh, he's the bad guy.
Oh, it was super fast. I mean, just like, 'cause, like, you could tell he was going to be at least somewhat antagonistic early on when he was the more critical, like, mentor cat in every situation. Especially, like, and, like, the potential of um, of him being, like, a full-on heel turn, I believe first came up when Firepaw asks a legitimate question on, like, his first tour of the clan's borders. He just asks a legitimate question that a regular clan cat wouldn't ask. And Lionheart's like, okay, that was no, but like you speak with your heart, and that can potentially make you a really great and wise warrior. And Tiger Claw immediately backs that up with, or it could make you just crumble under your own weakness in a critical moment because it sucks and you suck.
He's
I'm
such
like,
a dick.
yeah, you like this. There's clearly like a couple ideologies being presented, and yours is being shown to be the evil one. So you might be an evil character, and then literally everything you learn about him after that just backs up the he's the evil character.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's like watching the prequel movies and knowing that Anakin's gonna be Darth Vader. Like, yeah, no shit. Wait, that guy's the Emperor? No.
So we recover. Everything's back to normal. We're being protective. One of the first things
Yeah.
Tiger Claw does as deputy is attempt to cut off Blue Star from the rest of the clan, and more specifically, Firepaw.
Yeah, because he doesn't know what Ravenpaw has or hasn't said, and I believe it is around this time when Ravenpaw like gives a full recount of events to Firepaw,
Yeah,
and immediately after we get the full story of, oh yeah, no, Tiger Claw totally is a team killing scumbag, and he just took the glory, probably in hopes of getting the promotion to deputy, which he didn't even get, but now he has it. The second we find that out, Firepaw's like, okay, you chill out. This is a lot, and I know this has been weighing on you. I'm gonna go talk to Blue Star because that's my mentor. I got the in. We can totally get this taken care of. The second we're out of that conversation. By the way, no one's allowed to be alone with Blue Star ever anymore because she lost one more life. That's a big deal, guys. No one should ever be alone with her. That's bad. Just never.
thankfully, Blue Star completely shuts that down. Don't worry, everyone. You can still talk to me in private.
Yeah, especially you, Firepaw. In fact, let's do that right now. Hey, guard, don't follow us.
We get a very interesting reveal here. Blue Star reveals to Firepaw
Yeah.
that she did not, in fact, lose her fifth life. She has lost her seventh.
Yeah, I got one res left, kid. It's not looking great, but people might freak out if they knew that. So that stays on the down low.
It's interesting that she tells him specifically. She
Yeah,
trusts.
it's one of those signs of trust things.
Yeah, she trusts him a lot.
Yeah, which I will point out that we did get one actual training session, full description of it, with Blue Star, and I really enjoyed that. That felt like actual warrior training, which was the first time I thought outside of hunting trips there was any warrior training in the entire book, which felt off until that point because it's called Warriors, and the whole point is that the kids are trying to be warriors. And this is the first part where I'm like, oh, he's actually learning how to fight a cat. Cool.
Yeah, we get that pretty late into the story in the second half, and
Yeah.
and that's the only like training session between him and Blue Star that we get in the story.
Yeah, but it was cool. It's an enjoyable training scene, and it lets them build rapport and stuff.
With
But he's too frazzled by everything that she drops on him to bring up his own stuff of, yo, keep an eye on Tiger Claw. He's no good. So the moment for that passes.
boy, does it pass, and boy, will it pass again and again.
Yep. Until one day we get an emergency. Not only did Shadow Clan come back,
Actually, no,
but they stealthed in.
Before I want to talk about a bit more about Blue Star.
All right.
She is this noble and wise and very experienced leader.
Yeah, she's tired.
Oh yeah, she's very tired.
Yeah, not tired in the I can't do this anymore way. Tired of the I gotta like I can keep doing this, but boy, I can't let it show how tired I am.
She is very capable. Very a thing that happens quite often is Tiger Claw will like instigate like tension, and Blue Star is just really capable of shutting it down and keeping the peace.
Uh, Blue Star is what I wish Captain Janeway was.
Oh damn,
I got you with that one, didn't I?
you're right. God damn.
I wasn't even sitting on that. That just came to me, and I'm like, it's perfect. I just, do you need a second to process that one? That hit you, huh?
Yeah, like wow, yeah, you nailed it right on the head.
I super nailed it. Man, yeah, shout outs to Star Trek's like slow descent into like weird poor quality, starting with Captain Janeway.
We may talk about Captain Janeway in this podcast in a future date.
I I figured that would be on your list. Like it had. Well, I've only watched a handful of like not continuous episodes of uh of Star Trek Voyager, so it is totally eligible to be for have a season of that forced upon me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Blue Star. I really like her.
Yeah, she's pretty good. She is she is like, the capable but experienced enough to be wise leader. Like when you stereotypically think of like a wise tribe warrior leader, like this is more or less what you're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Not a ton unique, but just very good at the point of the character.
So we are recovering. Everything is going Millhouse for us.
Sure.
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. Wait, hold on.
You guys hear that? Something happened.
Some kittens got kidnapped. Yellowfang is gone.
Oh man.
Spotted Leaf is dead.
Ah, damn it. I liked her. That was a potential love interest.
And I haven't mentioned Spotted Leaf at all here. But she comes.
Yeah, Spotted Leaf was our medicine cat, but she was also like not much older than our apprentice fellas, and around a third or so of the way into the book, like her and Firepaw started like to get along and have some nice semi-intimate interactions here and there, and it was looking sweet. It was looking like your typical like will they won't they, that they totally will though by the end of the first installment, or perhaps early in the second one if they don't go through with it in this one. That is the energy it brings.
We made sure
Until she's just dead.
We have like very like short interactions with her up until this point. We never really get like a full conversation up until like the last time like they like talk to each other before her death. She reveals to him the prophecy of fire will save our clan.
The weird thing is like he doesn't have much of a reaction to it at all. Like this is supposed to be the "you're a wizard, Harry" kind of moment,
But
and he's just like, "Well, I'm just gonna take this medicine that I asked for. All right, bye."
Like, fire will save our clan. What? What do you mean? What?
Sounds like a bunch of commie gobbledygook to me.
Okay. Yeah, sure. They don't even get like a moment together like before she dies. Besides that, and there's like a good amount of time between that interaction and her death.
Yeah, they have like one really. They really only have one really intimate moment where they like kind of nuzzle each other and stuff. And like that is all you get before she's dead. Which I can respect that because a lot of the books of this of the I like to call them the scholastic book fair genre.
Like not quite YA, but getting there.
Yeah, the this is your middle school like semi obsession. There's another book series that I'm thinking of, but I never read them, so I'm not sure if they quite fit the same mold. What is it? Aragorn or Aragon or something like that, like with
yeah.
dragons.
Yeah, that blue dragon.
Yeah, I feel I never read them, but I feel like those would probably fit a similar niche as this.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of books, a lot of media, really, of that type for the age group it's for, they would choose like a side character that doesn't show such potential for the main character. But this felt like oh yeah, no, you're gonna get the girl at the end kind of character.
Yeah, she's gonna stick around.
Except you're not.
Yeah, she's gonna stick around. You'll fall in love. You'll have some
Yeah,
hardship where you'll break up, and yeah, you go back together at the end after you beat the super bad guy.
yeah.
You'll get married,
But
have
no.
2 kids, live in a big house. Nah, she's dead.
And I respect the decision to just murk that bitch.
She dies off
Like
screen. We don't see her death. We just see the aftermath.
yeah, nothing dramatic. It's like it reminds me of uh like in a Disney movie where you don't actually see the death happen, but you see a silhouette or you see the body after. Whereas like just the implication of what just happened is intense enough for the audience to get it.
Immediately, Tiger Claw is instigating the clan. We gotta go get Yellowfang. She clearly did this. We gotta get her and kill her. Come on, everyone. Let's get riled up.
Now hold on now, says Blue Star. We're gonna round up a party and bring her back alive.
We
All
will
right?
give her a fair
I got
trial. It's raining
I
right
gotta
now. We can do it after the rain stops.
yeah. Firepaw, you gotta get that. You gotta get this locked down.
Go get Yellowfang.
You gotta take care of this, man. Like I can't be publicly fighting with my number two, but like he's gonna kill that bitch. You need to find her.
Firepaw brings along Greypaw and Ravenpaw. And I believe it is at this point where Ravenpaw reveals, like, oh, Tiger Claw killed him. And he wants to kill me. Because I know the truth.
No, he reveals it to Firepaw before that. It is so it's before the training session with Blue Star even because he thought about bringing it up at the beginning of that.
Right. You're right. You're right.
And then like literally the same day that he hears the story, like that evening when Yellowfang says, "Hey, here's some medicine you could probably go find outside of the camp in order to like make sure your rat bites don't get infected. Go find some of this stuff." And he tries to sneak out and go get some, and he overhears Tiger Claw and his boys just having a conversation of, yeah, I am pretty sure Ravenpaw is like a super traitor. He's like gonna kill us all or something. We should just murk that kid.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so this is like a couple days after that when it's raining, the kittens are kidnapped, we have a corpse, and Yellowfang's nowhere to be seen. Oh man. We find a series of convenient excuses for our 3 apprentice heroes to get out of the camp and start looking. But before we start looking, Greypaw, we're gonna clue you in on this conspiracy stuff, and you are going to help me get Ravenpaw to Barley so he can like lay low till the heat dies down, and then we're gonna go and find Yellowfang and the kittens.
Mm-hmm. We get Ravenpaw out of there.
Yeah, and that actually goes exactly according to plan, like flawlessly. Like there's no hiccups in that. They get like because they already know the way, like they escort Ravenpaw part of the way, and he fucks off to go hang with Barley for a while for the foreseeable future. We go to across the Thunder Path. We get a whiff of Yellowfang. We meet up with her. She explains her side of the story. Nah, wasn't me. I'm trying to get him back, so I have something to show for it when, I see everyone and they don't want to kill me because I'm the hero who brought back the kids. Okay.
She reveals.
Well, we're gonna get back the kids.
She reveals to our heroes the extent of the extent of everything that's happening in Shadow Clan. We've gotten a couple hints there. The very small apprentices, they're real small. It's a short little guy. Yeah. He's just 5'11".
It's just a little guy. And it's his birthday. You wouldn't kick the kid on his birthday.
It is revealed that kid was not 6 months old. He was about 3.
Yeah, it's like Shadow Clan is not hunting. So they forage, and whatever corpses they find, that's what they eat. Which is not good for you. Many cats in the clan are underfed. All of the capable warriors are either patrolling or they're trying to bully other people out of their territory. hence no hunting because all the warriors are busy being assholes.
Yeah, let's lift off all of Broken Star's crimes.
Oh,
So,
please do.
Patricide, he killed his father, who was the previous leader.
Yes.
Uh,
Uh, he killed those. He killed at least a couple of kittens in warrior training because he went hard when they were too young. Like these are like 2 3 month old kittens. He's like, you're ready for training, and he didn't. He didn't use any kid gloves, and they were dead. Which is the reason Yellowfang saw that and went, I'm out of here. This ain't it.
well, no, she is specifically blamed for killing those kittens.
All right. He also pins the blame on her. So framing, that is another one of his things.
Child soldier making? I don't know the proper term for that. He's
Yeah,
making
that's like a war crime or something.
Yeah, various war crimes. We already know.
I love war crimes.
They drove out Wind Clan. They're trying to steal, encroach on other territories. Kidnapping. They stole 2 kittens from Thunder Clan.
Yeah, the claims of them having just tons of kittens. It's not because their kittens are so strong. It's because they keep stealing other people's kittens.
We only know about the 2 Thunder Clan kittens that were stolen. We're not told of any other kitten stealing.
I felt like it was implied that this was not the first time.
Yeah, it definitely is implied. So they may have stolen some Wind Clan kittens, some River Clan kittens. We don't know.
And also just being a bad leader because like nothing is going well for Shadow Clan whatsoever. It has entirely been everything has been structured not to succeed, but to look like you're succeeding, and that just scared some people.
He's doing fine,
which doesn't even have a point because the goal is to like get more like territory and hunting grounds. Except you're not hunting, so what? Why do you need it?
Like he's doing fine. His personal Gestapo of cats is doing fine. If you're strong enough, you'll be fed.
But most of the cats aren't doing fine to the point where like a lot of them are actively anti-Black or Broken Star.
A handful of sick and or elderly cats are aligning with Yellowfang to try and take him down.
Yes. At the same time, a patrol was sent out from ThunderClan. Conveniently enough, without Tiger Claw, because Blue Star was like, no, we need all the authority here that we can get. You should stay behind, Mr. Murderous Asshole.
You gotta guard the camp. You're the strongest guy.
But yeah, and because of their little detour to Barley's, that patrol had time to catch up. But luckily, Firepaw was able to explain, no, Yellowfang's cool. She's getting us some help. We will help you, and we'll all team up, and we're gonna take their asses down and get our cats. Everyone agrees. Everyone hears everyone out. Reasonable conversations are able to be had with Tiger Claw not around, and a plan is put into motion, which is basically fake surrender into ambush. Yellowfang just walks in with these elderly cats as if a prisoner, then they yell, and then we fight. And it goes pretty well.
Yeah, there's a point where Firepaw gets into a fight with the cat, the specific cat who not only kidnapped the kittens but also killed Spotted Leaf.
Yeah, which is the one time where like anger and like fighting instinct almost gets the better of him before the leader of the party that was sent to track down these cats yells, "Hey, we don't murder if we have the choice not to. If we have the option to not, we don't. So don't." And he's like, "All right, you right, fine." And he lets the cat go.
He gets into a fight with Broken Star and gets the better of him.
This was absolutely an embarrassing, humiliating L for Broken Star and crew. It is nuts. Because they'd already struck like notable blows to ThunderClan. Like all their biggest and baddest in ThunderClan were wounded. You killed their medicine cat. You kidnapped their kittens. You had like a perfect stealth conditions with the rainstorm messing up scents. And then you got just completely whooped on your home turf by like 4 geezers, 2 teenagers, and a couple of actual warriors, but not even the strongest ones from that clan. Like you got just you got dogged on, man. You got fucked on hard.
He
And
specifically got
all
dogged
you
on by a
even had to
teenager.
say about it was, "Well, I'm a clan leader, so I have 9 lives. Neener neener. Even if you win, yeah." And
Even if
that's
you
it.
kill
That's all
me,
you had to say.
even if you kill me, I'll still be here.
Like it's embarrassing how bad he lost there. He's not even in charge of anything anymore. Just like he got kicked out of the village one time in one fight, and the entire like little camp of cats there is like, oh yeah, no, we're not letting him back in. Like this is good. That was all of the fighting you ever have to do to get him out of here. We're done with that guy.
He is a paper tiger.
It, it was so fucking. It was so funny to me when I went through that. Just like how much he had hyped himself up as the grand villain, and he can totally be a recurring villain because he didn't even get killed and he has multiple lives, so he could totally come back to mess with people. But just how handily and humiliatingly he got just completely wrecked here is funny.
And so we
But
saved the
yeah,
day.
save the day. We are at least partway through the process of saving Ravenpaw. The kittens are safe. Yellowfang is not getting murdered on this day.
Shadow Clan, well, they have we have kicked out their despot leader and his gang of guys. We will recover. Wind Clan is
And
missing. Wind Clan is missing, but we'll solve that next book.
yeah, it's we and to make sure we end on a high note, even though we haven't had a chance to snitch on Tiger Claw and Ravenpaw still has to hang outside of our territory for a bit. We can end on a high note by promoting our boys to warriors.
Firepaw is given the name Fireheart. Greypaw is given the name Greystripe.
It just ends contemplating how much man, Tiger Claw is my direct antagonist from here on out.
We
And,
end the
and that's
book.
it.
We end the book with them staring each other down.
Yeah. It's very much a next time on WWE Raw kind of stare down.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Now, what I think that this book does the best is setup.
It is very much and I know I'm getting multiple books, so I'm going to spend like a quarter of this book just setting up the stuff for later books.
And
Which it does pretty effectively.
boy, did they get a lot of books after this. They got this whole first series, 2 other series which I have personally read, and very recently I found out there are 8 complete series right now. Various super editions that focus in on specific secondary characters. I think there's a 9th series being made currently.
Boy, they got a lot of traction off of this book.
Oh yeah.
The whole franchise, and I had never even heard of it.
There are graphic novels. There are comic books.
You've shown me animations where like a fan tried to make a little animated series and actually got more done than I would have.
Many years ago. So a group of people tried to animate the first book. They got to I believe chapter 3 before they stopped. And boy, is it nostalgic looking back at that. Nostalgic, embarrassing. Ah.
Mm. So, Pig, how is it? Because visiting stuff from our past, like our last episode, I showed you something from my teen years. You're giving me a middle school era thing. How do you enjoy going back to the nostalgia years now that you are much more aware of tropes and storytelling tools and analytical adult? Going back to these things where when you first experience something, you're like, "Ooh, cool story. I like that character."
Fireheart is a fine character. He's I
Fine.
I like him quite a bit. He's not like he is not to me what like Zach Fair is to you,
Yeah.
but
Well,
he is a
and you have future knowledge, so he would be more to you by default.
mhm.
But now that you have experienced and also love Zach Fair, would you rank as a character, like, with your total knowledge of the future books? How would you compare like the quality of character Zach Fair to Fireheart? Does full series Fireheart trump Zach to you?
Book through 6 Fireheart. Books 1 through 6 Fireheart. Honestly, he might.
Wow.
Uh, Zach Fair, you know him for such a short time, but you really get to like really get in there and really get those emotions in there.
Yeah.
And you spend a lot of personal quality time with Fireheart throughout the 6 books. You go through his struggles, through every single loss that he experiences, and every victory. And he's a featured character in the following series. As far as I have personally read, which is part ways through the 3rd series, he's still there. He's still a constant presence
Jeez,
there.
you are deep in this. I'm surprised you haven't brought up this book multiple times, like before we started doing this podcast.
I did one reread of the first series some years ago. I did bring it up here and there, but I didn't really talk about it in our friend group.
Hmm. Not like the way that like some of us would talk about things like 40K or Kingdom Hearts or anything like that.
Yeah, it wasn't really something that I specifically wanted to get other people into during that
Yeah,
second
but
reading.
now that you have like an active need to get another person into things you enjoy, this came to mind.
Yes.
That is what I like about this podcast because it is an excuse for us to just look at things we love and say, what would be a good one to have a nice long conversation about after I get someone else into it? I enjoy that. It's a nice feel for a podcast, Isla, I think.
I was
The
I was actually thinking about like any flaws I could find with this book. Um there is a bit of a time skip after the Shadow Clan fight that isn't very clear.
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't think.
entirely clear. It's like at least a few days for everyone to recover because Blue Star has to recover from her rat bites before she can start training with Firepaw again, and we have the training sequence.
Mm.
But it's not really specified like if there's a couple days or a week or what.
I would have
My
liked
biggest complaint is that it doesn't do anything like spectacularly well. Like there's a couple moments here and there that I really like, but it feels very paint by numbers coming of age story about this type of thing.
yes, I do think it is the weakest book of the first series, which it's a good sign. You know, the first book being the weakest, you can
Yeah.
only go up from here. Early on, there's a fox that's set up. Like we hear, oh, there's a fox in the woods.
Yeah, there's like a handful of lines about it in this book. Just we spotted one this one time. At some point, we'll send out a party to try and chase it off because a fox won't have the guts to take on 5 cats at once.
Yeah, that. Yeah, well, once we get like that info, oh, it's never brought up again.
Yeah,
It's not like
I
it's not like what, not Schrodinger's fox. What's it called? Occam's razor or whatever. Someone's
no,
gun.
no, you're thinking of Chekhov's gun.
Yeah, it's not Chekhov's gun. It kind of feels like a Chekhov's gun. Oh, there's a fox in the woods. Maybe that'll come up again. No, it's gone.
Uh,
I would have liked more like one-on-one sessions with Blue Star, but
yeah,
that's more of a personal want Then,
that's like what I feel like the total of complaints are for this is that I wish there was more of this, or I wish like there were more standout things about it. It is fairly standard. It's well done, but it doesn't do anything unique, and it doesn't give you quite enough of what you want. Is all it is. It is a perfectly solid like 7 out of 10.
yes.
Like
So,
if you want something that's pretty good and you know what you're getting from like the early chapters, you have the vibe. You know more or less what you're getting into, how it's gonna go, and but it's just still a fun thing to get through.
so with that, Para, what did you think of this book overall?
I think it's perfectly fine. It's not something that I would be likely to continue on my own, but we have made no rules against having continued recommendations in future episodes.
Hmm.
So I could recommend you more Ultimate Spider-Man. You could recommend me more of this series. Anything can happen. So we may be discussing this more in the future, depending on how things go.
Hmm.
But this is perfectly fine. Thumbs up for me. Pretty solid recommend.
So, Para, it is your turn to recommend something.
It is my turn. I'm going to be having our good friend Pig here sit down with me, and from episode 1, we are going to watch
And you don't seem to understand.